Social media and reality TV fans of celebrities and influencers often feel as though they are intimately familiar with their personal lives. An excellent illustration of this is the Duggar family, whose lives have been chronicled in a variety of media for a considerable amount of time. Abbie Duggar, the wife of John David Duggar, is one such individual. Abbie has been a major player in the renowned spotlight of the Duggar family ever since she married John David. However, her new pregnancy announcement has left her fans speechless, touched, and distraught. The Duggar family has been open and honest about everything from their private lives to their large family dynamics during their tenure as hosts of the popular reality shows 19 Kids and Counting On. When their children were announced and born, many of their fans attended. Abbie Duggar's most recent declaration has left several people perplexed and concerned. Why didn't she tell anyone about her second pregnancy? More significantly, what caused so many of her followers to be devastated by her postponement? The story of Abbie Duggar. Unveiled. Before we discuss the terrible news and the reasons behind Abbie Duggar's prolonged delay in announcing her pregnancy, let's take a look at her story. After Abbie married John David Duggar in 2018, the Duggar family quickly grew. Viewers were enamored with the adorable moments that the Duggar family revealed after Abbie gave birth to their first child, a daughter named Gracie, in January 2020. Fans greeted their first pregnancy with joy and enthusiasm. The years that John David and Abbie spent together were filled with happiness and optimism. There has always been a general consensus among the elder members of the Duggar family that they want as many children as God wills. Given that Abbie and John David are passionate about having big kids, fans expected the usual joy that follows such a news when they found out that Abbie was expecting their second child. However, Abbie Duggar decided not to make a public announcement or post the happy news on Instagram regarding her second pregnancy. Fans were unable to comprehend. No one had spoken for months, so everyone was left wondering if something was wrong. Was she experiencing infertility? Why had she been silent for so long about the news? Sad news. It was quite some time before Abbie Duggar finally made her announcement. The conditions around it, however, were entirely different from what the supporters had anticipated. Instead of a joyful announcement or post congratulating the pregnant woman, the news took a devastating turn. Abbie revealed that because of problems she had throughout her second pregnancy, she had to hide the news for much longer than she had planned. The devastating news stunned everyone, especially her loyal fans who had been waiting for an update. Abbie disclosed that she was unable to share the news with her fans because of a variety of health issues, such as extreme morning sickness and hormone imbalances. These challenges were so severe that she had to step back from the spotlight to focus on her health and the well-being of her growing family. She was fighting not just a physical struggle, but also an emotional one. Abbie's decision to remain silent for so long was motivated by her fear of fan backlash. She had always been quite open with her fans, but she wasn't sure whether they would understand that she had chosen to be quiet this time. She didn't want to break the news too soon since she didn't want to deal with the stress that would come with questions and rumors about her health. However, Abbie acknowledged that protecting her family was the primary motivation behind her actions. She needed some privacy, away from social media and public scrutiny, to reflect on the news. Without the stress of being the center of attention, she hoped her second pregnancy would go well. The effects of keeping this secret on emotions. Fans could see how emotionally taxing this choice was for Abbie as she went on to defend her choice. Although many of her followers had hoped for an early announcement, they were now able to sympathize with Abbie's pain. It was clear that she was more concerned with ensuring a safe and healthy pregnancy than she was with keeping the news private for private reasons. Pregnancy is an additional emotional roller coaster that includes hormonal changes, bodily ailments, and the overwhelming excitement and fear of bringing a new life into the world. But before Abbie had to contend with the additional strain of maintaining her public image while managing her health concerns, the struggle was already difficult enough. She feared that her fans would feel let down or believe that she was keeping them in the dark. Nevertheless, she had to decide between prioritizing her family's needs and her personal well-being. Although it took guts for Abbie to discuss her issues, many people were moved by her openness. Abbie's decision to share her reality served as a sobering reminder that things aren't always perfect in a world where social media is constantly showcasing perfection and the easy rhythm of life. When the outside world becomes too much, it's acceptable to withdraw, quarrel, and keep things private. What this means for the Duggars. As soon as Abbie Duggar's announcement finally came, fans began to speculate about the larger Duggar family. Abbie's issues serve as a reminder to the Duggar family, who have always been hospitable and close-knit, that even seemingly ideal people can have their share of issues. For a long time, the Duggars have conveyed the idea that life is wonderful for their large, devoted family. But Abbie's story highlights the fact that not all pregnancies are simple and not all families have a happy ending. Because the Duggar family rarely exhibits this degree of openness, Abbie's choice to disclose her difficulties is all the more significant. It was a moment of humility for many fans. They were reminded that, like everyone else, even the most adored TV families have their share of hardships. Additionally, it gave fans a new perspective on Abbie Duggar. She was more than just the kind, ideal mother and wife that everyone looked up to. She was also a woman navigating the emotions and difficulties of everyday life. The reaction. Supporters react to Abbie's declaration. Fans showered Abbie's social media pages with well wishes and encouraging words following her tearful announcement. Her bravery in sharing her hardships and her decision to put her health before the expectations of the public were praised by many followers. Others gave Abbie guidance and support while sharing their own personal stories of pregnancy difficulties. A reminder of how much the Duggar family means to so many people was provided by the fans' love outpouring. Despite being tragic, Abbie Duggar's experience demonstrated to her admirers that they weren't the only ones going through difficult times. Her narrative was made much more impactful by the fact that, despite her notoriety, she was a genuine person with real struggles. Going ahead. The Duggars' new chapter. With her announcement, Abbie Duggar's family embarks on a new chapter. Abbie is now concentrating on her health and getting ready for the birth of her second child after overcoming the challenges of her pregnancy. She is now thrilled to share this new chapter with her followers, even if she kept the news a lot longer than she had anticipated. The Duggar family, who are well known for their love of family and faith, is demonstrating their resilience in the face of hardship once more. Many people are inspired by Abbie's courage in the face of adversity, and her admirers are excited to see what the future holds for her and her expanding family. Fans will surely be there for Abbie Duggar as she continues her pregnant journey, providing love, support, and empathy. Abbie is aware that she is not alone, even though the path ahead may not always be simple. Concluding remarks. The experience of becoming pregnant has been an emotional roller coaster for Abbie Duggar. Health issues and personal hardships were the main reasons she waited so long to reveal her second pregnancy. But by being open and courageous, Abbie has taught her followers the value of being vulnerable and the necessity of putting one's family and health before what other people think. Fans were devastated to hear the news, but it also served as a reminder that nobody's life is flawless. Everybody has difficulties, and occasionally those difficulties are concealed behind the scenes. The tale of Abbie Duggar is one of fortitude, tenacity, and the strength of family and love. As she and her expanding family embark on this new phase of their lives, fans can only wish them the best.